Hey, y'all. Y'all go on and share and tag your friends. A little late, but I'm here. Hey. I'm going to give it a few minutes and then I'm going to do my thing. Hey, Kayla. Do my thing. Hey, Kayla. Regardless of who's here or not, this is going to go up on my YouTube. So I'm finna make this just so I can make a video. But, hold on. I want to make sure I don't get rained on. It look like I've been crying, right? I haven't. I'm not going to say what I've been doing, but it ain't been crying. Okay. I hope everybody is doing good. All right, so thank everybody who's here. I always ask you guys to share, tag, and like and love this live. I'm making this because it is going to go up on my YouTube page, but I wanted to share it with you guys first. As always, if you have any questions, please drop them so that I can answer them for you. And I wanted to touch on what's going on with this tax plan, okay, that your boy is trying to put in office, okay? So I'm just looking to see who's here. Hey, y'all. Hey, so she inspires. Okay, so I was just talking to a friend and she actually made me think like I need to just go make this live so I can help y'all understand something. If you guys have been paying attention to what's going on in the news, the world seems to be going to hell in a handbasket, okay? But beside all of the drama and shootings and all of these other crazy things that's been going on, we need to please pay attention. Hey, just that cool mom. We need to also pay attention to what is happening behind the scenes that people are not talking about, okay? Most important is 2025 is the year that Trump's tax plan ends, okay? And y'all probably going to Trump's tax plan. Remember when the W-4 forms changed from you being able to have exemptions, and then all of a sudden now this new W-4 form that makes no sense that most of you are struggling filling out? That is because Trump changed it back when he was in office, okay? But what y'all need to understand is it did not end. His tax plan back then ends this year. So that is why they are out now trying to revamp. Basically, it's not going to be anything good for us who are the mediums and belows, okay? And that's no shade on anybody, but I'm just here to let you know that as of now, there isn't anything significant to talk about. The breaks are going to come for individuals who make a lot of money, and that's not going to be a lot of y'all, okay? But what y'all do need to pay attention to, please, is that in 2026, when this new tax plan rolls out, it's going to last through Trump's presidency all the way until another president comes. So if he decides to keep this W-4 form the way that it is right now, where the majority of you guys are owing money because you don't know how to fill it out properly, it's going to continue. So we don't know if he's going to change it. I don't think that he is. But you guys need to, one, make sure you are taking enough money out of your taxes, because a lot of y'all be hitting me up, okay? Y'all be hitting me up after the lives. Y'all let me know y'all got sued, y'all got served, the IRS putting a tax lien. People going through it. They are not going to stop doing that. And if the W-4 form stays the same and you are not taking enough out, you're going to keep owing and it's going to keep accumulating. Let me tell y'all something that happened in the tax software that most people probably didn't even notice because tax season is over. And make sure y'all hit the like button real quick. Let me take a sip, okay? Because I've been drinking, and I might have been doing something else, but that ain't none of y'all business, okay? Okay. I was a little parched. Okay, did y'all hit the like button? Did y'all share? Did y'all tag for a friend? Because people need to hear what I have to say, okay, about what is going on. Because I make these videos and do these lives for y'all. Because I be tuned in. I just want to make sure y'all tuned in. Because I be tuned into the baddies and all that other stuff too. But outside of the what's going on in celebrity drama, we have to pay attention to what's going on with our own drama and our own lives. Okay? So thank y'all for who hit the like and for the people who are here. Okay, so again, whatever Trump rolls out in this new tax plan is going to last through his presidency all the way until we get a new president. That is why Joe Biden couldn't do anything, because we were still under the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which was created by Trump. Okay, again, why does this matter? Because if you are not taking enough money out of your taxes, you will be one of these individuals that they're going to continue to come after, because you aren't filling the form out right. And I doubt they're going to change that form. The next thing I want to tell you is, if you guys are doing an installment agreement, meaning you owe money to the IRS and you are paying a monthly payment, it used to be the minimum was $25. The $25 is still there. But what has happened in the software, and then I'll move on to student loans. What has happened in the software now is the IRS is now inputting into the software the amount of money they think you should pay. So you can't put a minimum of $25 anymore. You now have to accept their minimum. Okay? So I'm not gonna keep going. I'm gonna have y'all hit this the like button real quick, and let me know if I'm coming through or not to you guys really quick, because I seen the numbers drop. So I want to make sure. Can y'all hear me out there? Just that cool, Mom. Thank you. If you're still here, let me know if you can hear me. I appreciate it. I'm gonna wait for y'all to let me know, okay? Y'all hitting the like button, I appreciate it. If y'all wanna you can hear me. Thank you, Freedom 260. I was waiting. Okay, good. Great. Okay. So again, thank y'all. All these little emoji things popping up, I don't even know what any of that is. Hey, Windy City Girl. Hey, Pretty Fly. Okay, so basically what has happened is, since the tax season has ended, this is usually when they do maintenance on the systems. And what they've done, and I can tell you this because people are filing taxes late, is if they enter into an installment agreement. And if y'all did not know, you can enter into a payment plan with the IRS even after y'all file taxes. You can just amend your taxes and add the installment agreement and get on a payment plan versus waiting for them to send you a bill. Somebody asked me, like, well, when they gonna send me a bill? Sometimes they're not, and they gonna say that they did, and then you gonna be penalized. So if you know you owe them, hit me up. Let's amend them taxes real quick and add the installment agreement, and let the system tell you, basically what the IRS tell you, what they're gonna take as your minimum. So I put this individual's amount in. I think she owed, I don't want to say like $4,700, and no, it was like $6,151, so like $6,000. The system told me that the minimum that I could put is what the IRS put. So if you owing, before it wasn't like that. You could just get them $25 and pay them slow. But now they are not taking that. So they are making a lot of changes that are behind the scenes, that this is the kind of stuff they're not going to talk about on the news, because, well, it makes people mad. And nobody wants to watch the news and get mad unless it's over something racial or Trump. So yes. So if you ain't here, if you didn't learn anything, make sure you adjust that W-4 form. And I'm telling you guys this now because we are almost to the middle of the year. Can y'all believe that? We're almost to the middle of the year. And if some of y'all have been underpaying and you didn't know it or don't care, you're going to end up owing. And you cannot keep having Schedule C's for everything. You cannot. Okay? So I'm going to have y'all hit that like button real quick. Sometimes I hate to talk about stuff that people just do not like to talk about, but it's like somebody got to tell you. I don't know if you guys seen it, and thank you to the follower who sent it, but there's a TransUnion class action lawsuit out there right now. You can go to class top topclassactions.com, and you can find it there. It's only $20 with no proof. Not telling you what to do, but I might want my 20. Okay, so if y'all interested, go to Top Class Actions, and you can go and get your and claim your error with TransUnion. Y'all already know they've leaked all our records. They've always put some information on there incorrectly, and you don't have to pay for it in credit score points. Okay, so I'm gonna need my $20. Okay, y'all do what y'all want to do, but that's what I'm gonna do. What's the next thing? It was Trump's tax plan. Y'all got any questions? Let me know. If y'all do, drop them. Okay. I know people usually get on around 8, but drop any questions that y'all have. What have y'all been seeing that you may have a question about? Somebody messaged me and asked me about if Trump's going to take away the income tax. And then they started asking other questions, and I was like, but we just gonna focus on the first one. And that's gonna be very difficult. If at the slim chance of that happening is you won't see it. I would say it's not gonna happen. So if that's what some people have been waiting on, this man says a lot of things, just like he said today about somebody who's on the weight loss drug but they're still fat. He just says anything. Okay, I don't know if y'all saw it or not. Okay, but don't count on that. Okay, the banks and the IRS are like this, and them are not the people that you want to have mad at you, because they're gonna take you out. Okay. What was the next thing? So if y'all have been asking or wondering about the borrower's defense, you can go back on the federal student aid page, and you can start doing your applications to get your student loans discharged. A lot of y'all are telling me that your loans are on these plans because you don't make enough money. You're on a hardship. And what I need some of y'all to understand is there is the difference between being on a hardship and being on a forbearance. So if you think you are on a hardship, but you've been calling it a forbearance, you need to call your student loan company, because that is the wrong terminology. And I'm gonna just tell you the difference. When you're in a forbearance, you usually are not accruing any interest. Okay, because the federal government does allow you to have a forbearance. If you're on a hardship, you are accruing interest, and you can always ask your student loan servicer, unless you signed up with some special plan, they're usually going to make their money, because they know the longer you drag out to pay them, it earns more interest. The only person that's hurting is you. So find out if you are indeed on a hardship or if you are on a forbearance, because some of y'all been saying the wrong term, and then you find out after you done been on this hardship for 5 years that your loans have inflated by $10,000 because you didn't know that it was earning interest. That is something that's very important, especially if you are expected to pay. And for the viewers that are here, hey, make sure y'all follow me, make sure y'all share and all. And if y'all have any questions, please drop those. And yes, you can still put those student loans in bankruptcy. You notice they usually don't ever want to talk about that as an option to get rid of your loans. And the reason is because basically the taxpayers eat that money, but we're eating it anyway. So if anybody has considered filing bankruptcy and you can demonstrate that paying your loans would be a hardship, you're not going to be able to make that minimum payment. And it's 3 things you have to demonstrate. I forgot what they are. I don't know them off the top of my head right now, but those were 2 of them. If you can prove that, and there's a 15-page application basically, but it goes into your bankruptcy forms, and you can use that to try to discharge them, okay, or at least lower them. For some of y'all, loans so high I can't get a job. It says, can you get someone live on the phone for student loans to discuss it, or is it all by email? Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk to me live, you can call. I usually don't take live because I don't know if it's somebody being serious or not. But if somebody wants to call and ask me a question, that's fine with me. I am, so I'm open to that if you want to. Thank you for asking. So yeah, if y'all want to ask me a question live, it don't bother me none. I'll take them. You know, I do have a little bit of answers to a lot of stuff. So at least mine is free. Okay. So all right. So trying to think what else. And if y'all got any questions, please drop them. It could be about credit. It could be about bankruptcy. It could be about business credit, which most people are not ready for that. It can be about what y'all seeing in the news. Anything about taxes, because that's vitally important in our community, even though we don't think that it is. Okay, it's like everybody either gonna get a 1099 job and y'all just gonna not pay taxes and or y'all gonna get these W-2 jobs and pay your taxes right. Troy says, what if your student loans are not even showing up? Well, my question to you, Troy, is, are they not showing up because you had somebody remove them working on credit repair, or they're not showing up and it's a mistake that they haven't posted them? Let's do that one first. K Short 850 says, what about the Parent Plus loans? Do they hurt you? Yeah, the Parent Plus loans, they do hurt. I had a mom that called me last week, and her son went for one semester, and because they can't get him to pay now, they're coming after her. So if a person has Parent Plus loans and they're not paying, you can. Parent Plus loans can go into a bankruptcy. If your child is disabled, you can get those. You can get your Parent Plus loans under those conditions. Parent Plus loans, they really don't give you a lot of leeway to get out of it, because basically you co-sign for a loan. So I would say, and it can be done if both of y'all are in the situation where y'all both probably could benefit from filing bankruptcy. Both of y'all should, and throw both of the loans in there. But you have to be able to demonstrate that you cannot afford to pay them. Okay, and that would be on both of you. Okay, so Troy, you said they're not showing up in your credit report. You said, I think it's a mistake that they have not posted them on credit report. So if they have not posted on your credit report, it could go one or two ways with your credit. So if they haven't posted it, could be just an administrative error. It happens. But I would also say be cautious, because once they see it, they can also go and post them then. And if you have late payments or anything like that, all of that will hit your credit at one time, and you're going to be very unhappy. But if you have good payment history, or you've been on deferment, I would tell you to call them and tell them to post it, because all it can do is help you. But if you know you got a shady past, just go on and leave it be and just take your chances. So that is what I would say, to determine. And also, student loans are usually some of the oldest debt that individuals have on their credit. So if you're missing 10 years of credit, you need it. You know what I mean? It'll help you in the long run, because it shows to creditors that, you've been established for a much longer time. So you have to make that determination. I can't tell you. But use those factors I said, and hopefully that'll help you answer your question, okay? And thank you again. Pretty Fly says, I'm on SSD and my husband still works. Should we file single or married? Each year we owe taxes. So if you're on SSD, you are his dependent, honey. Y'all should be filing married. But he will only get a $500 credit for you, okay? Just because, actually, let me take that back. Let me take that back. You are his wife. Y'all are filing married, so y'all are one to the IRS. Y'all are just one. You are not his dependent. I want to correct myself. You are only the dependent if he is filing head of household and then he claims you as a dependent. But if y'all been married for a while, I wouldn't even play that game. I mean, I would be like, yeah, you probably can get away with it for a year or two, but I wouldn't even do it because y'all been married. So I would tell you to file married, because you have a higher standard deduction. And if you owe taxes, it's probably because you have not been filing married, and he's probably been filing single. Tell me if he's been filing single, or if he's been filing head of household. And that could be why you owe. It's because you could owe less money if y'all file with a married standard deduction versus a single standard deduction, or even a head of household standard deduction. Okay. Let me see. Oh, thank you, K-Man. I appreciate that. If you got a question, please ask. I was drinking today, and I was like, I feel like talking, and I just want to educate my people, because, baby, we do not have to be in the predicament of where we are in our lives. We do not. And I don't mean my people as in just black people. I mean females. I mean young people. I mean middle-aged women. I got a lot of tribes, okay? And we can make our situations so much better, but you can't if you don't know the information. And one thing I'm gonna do is, if I find it, I'm just gonna give it to you, because I can't, you know what I'm saying, keeping it to myself don't bring me no joy. So I'm gonna share. I'm not a gatekeeper, and that's why I'm here. So if you got a question, please ask, and thank you very much. Hey friend, hey Carla, happy Mother's Day. You look so pretty in your picture. I love how your hair growing out, girl. Thank you. Look, I ain't got on no makeup and no lipstick, no nothing. And honey, might be a little up there in the clouds with the Lord right now, but I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you, pretty fly. See, no, it's time to go on and finalize them forms. We're going to send it to them peoples, okay? You know what I'm talking about. I've been meaning to text you. Let me see. So again, if anybody got any questions, let me know. We talked about your student loans. You can put in your borrower defense applications. I know that under the Biden administration, they said that you would not have to do anything to get your loans discharged. But I'm telling you from personal experience with y'all, you should put in your application and not wait for them to find you to discharge your student loans. Why? Well, I'm going to tell you why. One, they got the application online. So obviously, to me, if you put it out there for me to use it, I'm going to use it. Even if you are saying that that application is for a different group of people. Two, we got a whole new different president. They've been trying to dismantle the same people that y'all need to get rid of the loans. So whose side is he on? Okay. Three, ain't y'all tired of carrying around that debt? This is why half of y'all can't buy houses. Y'all can't get no car because y'all got all these late payments. Y'all got student loans that was deferred. Now all of a sudden, as of May 5th, y'all see they're saying they're going to come and they done gave the people the right to come after you after 9 months from now. So if you late, if you don't make no payments from now until next year, they coming to take the money out your check. And then they ain't doing what they said they was going to do, okay? If you want to look up the lawsuit, the Sweet versus Cardona lawsuit, look it up yourself, read it yourself, and you'll see that these schools have misled a lot of y'all, and y'all paid all these thousands and thousands of dollars, and y'all got degrees that people laugh at, okay? But shout out to us who tried, woo, woo, okay? But they laugh at you, and now you carrying around all this debt for loans you should not even be responsible for. So I might not be talking to you, but I'm talking to somebody that you know, okay? And I bet it's somebody that's in your family. So go around and ask who's still carrying around student loans. And if they on disability, they should not be paying their student loans back. If they are injured and never going back to work, if they on forever workers comp, they should not be paying their student loans back. I'm not saying this. That's what the Department of Education said when they was working. But now they back. So y'all get your stuff out there, okay? Thank you, Carla. All right. So before I move into it's almost okay, 7:35. So before I move into what's happening with y'all y'all cash apps and stuff, I want y'all to just go ahead on and hit the like button, please share it. You know, I got on here a little late, but oh well. Things happen, okay? But I'm here and I'm bringing the same amount of gems that I always bring, okay? So thank y'all for being here. Okay, let's move on to what's going on with the cash apps. If y'all use Cash App, y'all probably have already seen that now when you send money, thank you, Troy, that when you send money to people, you now have to put in the comment section why, what you're sending the money for, okay? But get this, okay? Now, who told y'all 2 years ago? It was me. I ain't even gonna let y'all guess, okay? But 2 years ago, the federal government said that all the Cash App platforms were going to have to now start reporting the income you receive through the Cash App transaction, the third-party transactions. That is Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, Stripe, Square, any of them third-party people that you use. They have to now send a 1099. That happened back in 2023. They put it off for 2024 because nobody knew how they were going to do it. They put it off for 2025, which is where we are right now. But what they are doing is starting in 2027. So I know we're a little ahead of the game, but this is how I like us to be ahead of the game so we can prepare, okay? What they're doing in 2027, it is mandatory that they have it figured out of how they're going to itemize and categorize your income proceeds, okay? So I'll give you an example. if you're sending me $10 on Cash App, what I'm gonna need y'all to put in that comment section, on that for section is, let me think of something. Grocery. Okay? Groceries. All right? Now I just dropped y'all a little gem. I'm letting you know. They are going to categorize your proceeds so that they can figure out how they want to roll this form out starting in 2027. But next year in 2026 is when they're going to start actually monitoring your expenses, because 2027 is when you are going to get your first 1099K from all of the third-party people that you use. Okay, and there are a lot. And they have brought the de minimis reporting level down to $600. So basically what I said in rich people speak was, you earn $601, they have to report that to the IRS. Now, this is the funniest part about this. I remember when I was offering classes to people for $5, and I was telling them this almost, 6-7 years ago, that these same companies, PayPal, Cash App, all of them, you could earn $20,000 from each of them before they would report. Can you imagine how many people got rich and they didn't have to pay no money to the IRS? Because the reporting level, the de minimis reporting level, was $20,000 and 200 transactions. So if I made $19,999 and I did it with one transaction, that's $19,000 I got to keep tax-free. Now, of course, they sent those records to the IRS behind the scenes, but you didn't have to report it, so you were completely legal. They've been doing this for years, okay? And all you would do is when you get to that threshold on one from PayPal, you would jump to Cash App. After you reach it on Cash App, you would jump to Zelle. You just move around, basically, is what you would do. You move it to authorized.net. You would move to Square. You would move to Stripe. If anybody who knows me personally, y'all will know when I first started, I always had a good ass job. Okay, I used to work for NASA. Okay, I used to work for NASA. Yes, I did. But what would I do at night? I'd be hustling, selling clothes out the back of a trailer to all the girls in the hood, and that's where I learned, like, damn, I got some game, and I'm finna start sharing this with people. And I learned a lot about how you can maneuver. Okay? So, but what they have done now is, because people done caught on and they making that bread, now the government is like, no. Y'all making too much money and we can't see where it's going, so we're going to bring it down. They brought it down to $5,000. They went from 20 grand, y'all, to $5 grand. And this is when they said 2 years ago that they were going to approve the third party sending the information to the IRS. But then they said, nah, that's too much. Let's bring it down to $600. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you own a business, you better rack it up. Because now they're going to ask the people to send stuff. They're going to ask them to put a note for what it's for. You better make sure you tell them something that don't look like it's some income. Because if not, what they're going to do as a trial run, they're using 2025 as a trial run to see how they're going to set up this new 1099K. Because starting in 2026, y'all, hear what I'm saying, you will be absolutely paying taxes on the money that you receive on these cash apps, and you're going to have to report it. And when you report it, it's getting reported as income, which means more money. And then some of y'all don't even, going back to what I just said, you don't even pay enough taxes on the income you're making right now. So imagine how much more you're going to have to pay. I'm just telling you. Y'all need to check. If you're using Apple Pay, you need to check. If you pay your weed man through Cash App, you better give them cash. And they're going to say they're doing this because they're trying to watch out for money laundering. Basically, they want to make sure that not a dollar gets by, that they don't know about, that they're not taxing you for. And I've been telling y'all this for a long time. They finna get off this dollar, and there won't be one. Okay? Next thing you know, we're in a cashless society right now. I can't think of the last time I had cash. I just went to the ATM today. I had to get from out so I don't get wet. But so we're moving to a cashless society. where, and I mean purely cashless, where you're going to be needing some Bitcoin and some other coins. Telling you this right now. Absolutely fast before they do. They want to be, but see, they want to be in everybody's business, not just us. But what I'm trying to tell the people that's us is that even though that we know this, y'all got to move smart too. Because the people who are not getting beat down is not the rich folks. It's y'all. Okay? Because Beyonce just settled her $50 million she owed to the IRS. And I know she didn't cut them a check for $50 million. Shakira owed 60. And I know she didn't cut them a check for $60 million. Because they got lawyers and accountants and all that can go up there and make some deals for them. But you don't. And that's the problem. So the rules apply all across the board. Body Allure says, hey, Shamika, that CP 5071 letter from the IRS mean what exactly? Please, thank you. Thank you for asking. First of all, if you get a letter from the IRS and it says CP, CP means computer program. That means the computer printed it out, and they may or may not have saw it. Another thing that it means is, get this, letters that are CP are also letters that are not stored online. So if you were to go to your online account, and I recommend everybody have an account at irs.gov, and if you are not on there, shame on you. Take you 5 minutes and invest in your life and go create you an account. You will be able to see letters. CP letters are not there. All the other letters they'll send you that they directly do are. But CP, unless they just did it, but CP letters are not. That's why they put CP. So the 5071, I have to look it up, but if I believe the 5071 is not, it's not bad. Hold on, I got to sit on the ground. Look, it's not bad. Hold on, I got to sit on the ground. Look. Okay, so basically, I had to go and look real quick. Sorry, y'all. The CP 5071 letter is basically the IRS saying that they got your tax return, and that it's about an IP pin. It's saying an IP pin, and they want to, basically it's a verification. They want to make sure it's you. In my opinion, I believe they do that to slow down giving people their tax refunds, because they get backlogged, and so they just start saying that we need people to verify. I don't know if y'all remember. It's so crazy how we forget so fast. But do y'all remember, like 2 tax seasons ago, people were standing outside in lines waiting to be verified with the IRS? They gave everybody them doggone letters. And most of them people was people that looked like me, okay? And they probably looked like you. So it's nothing bad, but if you get that letter, you do need to call them so you can figure out what you need to do to verify. They're probably going to make you go to a local tax office to do that, okay? All right, let me see if y'all asking me any questions. Thank y'all. Thank you, J Doug. I appreciate that. J Doug says you're looking good, Shamika. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Body Allure. All right, so live restricted some of your live thing. Oh my God. Okay. So they just restricted they just hit my live and said I got 2 restrictions by saying I'm talking about regulated goods. You see what happens when you try to talk about the true stuff? I'm not selling y'all nothing. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't said nothing. All we doing is talking about taxes. And now, but it's okay, because I'm gonna make them go back and eat those words. But this is the kind of stuff that happens when you try to tell people stuff that they need versus that BS that they allow all over their doggone site. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna lose any of y'all or not, and that's okay, because I still got my hour time in. So, but I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna see if y'all have any questions for me. But I'm just letting you guys know, and I'll do a recap because I see my numbers changing now. Pay attention to your Cash App when you're sending stuff to people, because they are definitely paying attention to what you put in that forward box. The person that you'll be sending money to will have to start paying taxes on that money. They're gonna start watching as of 2026. They watch it now, but they're really going to be watching, and they're going to send you a 1099 in 2027 to put on your taxes. Okay. Oh my God, they're just making these numbers drop. It's like, okay, it don't stop the message from getting out there. Not at all. Let me see what they said these stupid restrictions were for. Search because your live does not comply with your For You feed eligibility standards, guideline discussing drugs or other regulated substances. Oh God, ain't nobody even talking about nothing. I ain't even mention no drugs. Anyway, I mean, I'm not surprised, Paraverse. I am not surprised. Yeah, I still have a personal credit. I consider myself to be a credit coach. Because I'm just give it real. Credit repair, as much as people be trying to charge all that money and they be trying to make like it's legal, it's not. And if y'all want the real deal, credit repair is supposed to be paid upon the work being done, okay? Because credit repair is a service. Just like if you go and you file for a divorce and somebody do the paperwork for you, you don't pay them. You pay them when the work is completed. That's a service, you know? Just like when you get groceries, you pay upon you getting what you want before you walk out. So credit repair is the same way. You are not supposed to pay anybody until it's done. Nothing against anybody that has the monthly fees, the monthly prices. You do. You got to pay for credit monitoring and all of that. I even have that. If y'all interested, y'all can go to my credit site. It's credit dash, it's a little sash in there, and hacker.com. All you got to do is sign up. You sign up and it's a do-it-yourself credit. But the good part is you get me to be the credit coach. And basically, we're just going to work on what's on there, and we will see the best way to remove it. Because some of y'all are bankruptcy ready. Some of y'all just need to quit playing and stop spending for a minute and just pay these things off. I mean, I see people with stuff on their credit for $20, and I'm like, really? $20? Like, I'm going to need you to pay that. Like, hang up with me right now and pay that and then call me back. Okay? Some of y'all be having y'all credit messed up for the craziest things. So, yes, you can go to shamikasaves.com. You can book an appointment. Y'all can email me, shamikasaves@gmail.com too. Follow me on YouTube. I do have some new videos I put up there, so y'all can go and check out my videos that I put up. One is about student loans. The other one is about something pertaining to taxes. And Chrissy says, I'm going to reach out to you about credit repair. No judgment. Nah, I don't judge anybody. I mean, look, baby, I don't judge anybody. I don't care what got you there. It's all about what you're going to do to get out of there. And credit is not something an individual, yes, and let me tell you, I know all the ways. I know credit sweeps. I know all the ways. But y'all don't need to know all the ways, because it'll land some of y'all in trouble, because some people just ain't going to do right, okay? And some of y'all is getting these CPNs, and it's like, why is you investing all your time in a CPN when you could really just take a few months and just fix your own credit? You know, like, if you, like, to me, the only people that and I say this in my YouTube videos, and I don't change it, the only people I understand about using CPNs is if you need a roof over your head, which is most women dealing with domestic violence, men who getting out of prison, well, any felon. I do understand that those people have a particular situation, and a lot of them don't have the resources, and I get why they run to a CPN. But some of these other folks, just because you're too lazy to fix your own stuff, or because you want to be able to get loans that you're not gonna pay back, and cars that you're gonna buy, and that you're gonna finance, and you're not gonna make no payments, you're just making it hard for you and everybody else, because somebody gonna pay for it. And the people that always seem to pay is the people at the bottom of the, what they say, SHIT rolls downhill. That's true. So does fees, fines, taxes, citation. I can keep going. It all rolls downhill. So you ain't hurting nobody. Why you think you living a life? And stop paying these people $2,500 and $3,000 to fix y'all credit, only for it to come back. Okay? I do like apps like Kickoff, Self, and Ally. I'm gonna tell you now, I don't like Ally. They kind of, to me, they're a little stank with certain people. But I like Kickoff. I love Self Lender. To me, the pay to play thing is great. Even if y'all renting, and y'all can hit me up, I'll send y'all my link. Y'all should be doing these rental companies. Somebody asked me, a matter of fact, I had a real estate broker call me, and he said, I can't get these people, I can't get their score up, and if y'all are trying to buy a home, the worst thing you could do is within 6 months, not 6 months or more, but within 6 months, is go and open up new credit. It doesn't look favorable. It's like you are being risky to these banks. So he said, I'm trying to figure out how I can do this, help these people get their score up, but not open up new credit. And I said, easy. They're renters. That's why they're trying to buy. So when you do these rental companies, they don't give you the rent from today on. They give you today backwards for 24 months. Some of y'all need them 24 months of good rental history just to boost your score. So if that message hits somebody who's trying to buy a home, God bless you, okay? But obviously if you're renting and you've been renting for a while, go and sign up for them companies so you can get that 24 months, because that's how far back they'll go. That's 2 years worth of credit history that's positive, because I know y'all ain't out here broke and homeless, okay? Some are, but I hope not the people we talking. My site is credit, CRED, it's a hash sign, and hacker, HACKER, and basically it's a do-it-yourself credit site. It's you don't have to do anything but you're just gonna take your credit reports, upload them, and it does it all. And basically it just pulls out anything that's negative, and that's the only thing you see. And it will have you select your reason, and it'll generate you a letter, and you print it out, and you put your license and your social security card or birth certificate, whatever, prove your identity, and send it on to the credit bureau. I mean, it's just that easy. But the reason that I say y'all to get me is because it seems that simple, but some of y'all have issues that it may be just as simple as calling to settle. It may just be as simple as, oh, you had insurance, you need to go back to your insurance company and have them bill these people again to get that removed from your credit, because you shouldn't be paying for a medical bill when you had insurance. Some of it is just administrative, and that's why a lot of y'all credit ain't right. It ain't got nothing to do with just disputing everything. Disputing is the easy way, and half the time it don't work. So you need to go through, and we can find out what we got going on, okay? All right, let me see what y'all saying. You're welcome, Chrissy. It says, you, my darling, are very informed and knowledgeable. I appreciate that. This is what happened when you ain't got no kids, you ain't married, and you got a handful of friends, okay? So you got time to read, and I feel like we need to do this. It says, why don't you do live on YouTube anymore? So I do the last two live. Well, last week I did not do it. So happy Cinco de Mayo for who celebrated it, and happy Mother's Day to all my mamas. YouTube keeps saying that it's freezing my thing, and it's just been frustrating me. So I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make my videos here, and then I'll download it and just upload it to YouTube. My larger viewership is over here on TikTok anyway, so I might as well just make it here and download it. But I do want to go live on YouTube, but I just got to get I ain't gonna lie, I just need to get myself rededicated to doing this. I'm very passionate about what I do and what the information that I give y'all. And when I see things being bleak, sometimes it's hard to dress this up and make it an enjoyable conversation, because nobody wants to talk about credit. Nobody wants to talk about taxes. And the only time people want to talk about it is when it's a problem. But that's where Shamika Saves came from. You know what I'm saying? I try to help people as much as I can by giving you information and, if not helping you through the process of fixing whatever is wrong. But that does not make me the most watched in lots of cases, because I ain't talking about drama, I ain't talking about fighting, I ain't giving up all my business, so sometimes when you hold a mirror up to people, they run away. So hey, so I will be there, I will post, but I have, my passion is still there, but it can be draining at times, okay? Hey Arlene, how you doing? It says, can call you when the live is over about my credit, please. You got my phone number? If not, put it in my email, shamikasaves@gmail. Y'all call you. Look, I already know Carla I'm gonna have some text messages already lined up. So let me see what time it is. Okay, so it's almost 8. So yeah, you can drop your number in there, and I'll reach out to you. If you have Credit Karma, we can at least let me look at that. That'll help me get a baseline idea of what you got going on. Then we'll just see what it is. I'm very honest. I ain't gonna be rude or disrespectful, but if you got a $20 bill in there, you're gonna hang up and you're gonna pay them people and you're gonna call me back, okay? But if not, we're gonna get through it. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for being here. I'm gonna give y'all, look, it's 7:56. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of minutes to see if y'all got any questions before we go. Anybody thinking about filing bankruptcy, y'all got any questions? Y'all been thinking about it, what y'all heard, what you want to know if it's true or not. People be getting information so messed up, and so I'm just here to give you some stuff that's true that you can also look up and find for yourself, okay? And I get nothing out of this but the joy that I'm giving out information that I know people need, okay? Okay, Freedom 260. So let's see, what y'all credit looking like? Did anybody's student loans come back on their credit and it killed their score? Who will be willing to admit that? It's okay if it happens. Things happen. Okay. Also, what's my other thing? What my other question for y'all is? I don't know. I'm just want to see. Look, I'm asking all the questions. Is y'all gonna do y'all borrower's defense form to get y'all loans discharged? Okay. You got some? Are you gonna do the renters reporting so you can get that 2 years back worth of credit reporting on your credit? Because some of y'all need that for y'all score. Okay. So I'm asking the questions now. Okay. Are y'all gonna put grocery in that line when y'all apply, when y'all sending money on Cash App? Okay. So that person can get we don't know how they're going to separate what's income and what's peer-to-peer expenses. So be mindful. They're going to be paying attention to that. Just That Cool Mom says, my credit score dropped 34 points, but I cannot figure out why. I don't know what to look for. If you're on Credit Karma, it's very easy. Credit Karma will, once it shows your score, and it'll say, see what's changed. If you hit see what's changed, it will show you what's the last thing that affected your credit. Most people don't like Credit Karma because the score isn't accurate, and it's not, because it's a Vantage score. But I like Credit Karma, the website, and how they lay everything out, because they make your credit reports very easy to read, especially for someone like you guys who don't see different types of credit reports. You guys have never seen a mortgage credit report. It's crazy, okay? So Credit Karma makes it very friendly. But just go to see what's changed on Credit Karma, and it'll tell you what to do. Sorry it jumped 34 points. I can tell you that no matter what you do, you're not going to get them 34 points back right away. You will have to either pay something down. That's probably going to be the easiest way to get those points back, is to pay something down significantly to give you a jump. I would not open up new credit. Depending on how long ago this happened, I wouldn't open up anything new, because it just might drop it some more. So I would focus on paying something down or off, so that you can get that jump back in your score. Okay. All right. Okay. So again, I appreciate y'all for being here, and I love the questions y'all be asking. I really hope I blessed somebody, gave somebody some good information. I hope y'all can share it with y'all family and friends. Generational wealth is generational, which means you have to be able to take the information you have and give it to somebody else, and that's exactly what I do. I know we may not be cousins for real, but we cousins, okay? So I'm going to give you this information. I want y'all to share it and apply it so that it can change your life and the lives of others, because we will not be here forever, okay? Love you all. And remember, you can hit me up at shamikasaves.com. That's my website. You can send me a message at shamikasaves@gmail. And if I'm new to you, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. Shout out to my veterans. Hit the like and follow, and please make sure you go to my YouTube and check out my videos. I swear I'll be dropping gems and giving good information, because we all need it. Okay? Be encouraged. Thank you, Body Allure. I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye. Because we all need it. Okay? Be encouraged. Thank you, Body Allure. I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you. Bye.